Hey guys, welcome back to another video, and in this one we're going to be doing the best Hisuian Zoroark build for raids in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. This Pokemon just looks amazing. It has to be one of the best looking Pokemon there is, and I can't wait to use it in a load of future raids. So I'm going to start off with how you actually get this Pokemon. So if you click your X button, go into your menu, at the bottom you will see something that says downloadable content. You want to click that. Now when you're getting the actual, so it is the DLC, it's going to be a little bit expensive. I think it's around 30 to 35 pound or dollars or whatever your currency is, but make sure you get the right one, because if you're on Pokemon Scarlet and you get the Violet one, then you're going to have a bit of a problem and you're going to have to buy the Scarlet one, so you'll waste a bit of money. Now it's going to be a dark type Tera, so you're going to need to change the Tera type. As you see right here, we are going to be running the ghost type Tera, so I'm going to show you how to get that right now. So if you go in your bag and go over to your other items and scroll to the bottom, this will be all your shards, and ghost shards you're going to need at least 50 of these. Once you get 50, which you can get from, if you just go on your map and do raids, you're going to have to do ghost type raids. I think you only get them from 3-star raids and above, so you just want to do them until you get 50. And then we're going to be flying over to Medali East. Once you're over to Medali East, what we're going to be doing, we're just going to be turning around, jumping over here, and going in this restaurant. Now, I want you to go to the top and speak to this person right here that has the orange text. And he will turn your Pokemon into a certain Tera type in exchange for 50 shards. So you just want to do that and turn him into a ghost type. Now, the item we're going to be running is actually Shell Bell. Now, Zoroark only has one weakness. He's only weak to dark types. So this is going to be such a strong Pokemon for raids. He's got really high stats. He's not got the best defense, but it's really good to use him. So you need to get a hold of this Pokemon. Now, you might be able to get him in some like Discord groups or by trading with a friend or something like that. You don't actually have to buy the DLC to get him in that way, and you can actually breed him, so people are just kind of giving him out. Now, the item we're going to be running on our Hisuian Zoroark is going to be Shell Bell. Now, we're not going to use an attacking item just because we're quite defensively weak. We have 60 defense and 60 special defense, so we're going to try and stay alive as long as possible with the Shell Bell instead. Still going to do a lot of damage though. Zoroark's special attack is very strong. I think it's 125. Let me double check. Yes, it does have 125 special attack. Very strong. It's very fast. So most likely you will always attack first. Now, where do you get the Shell Bell? To get the Shell Bell, you're going to want to come over to Levincia North, right over here. And then you want to come right over here to the Delibird shop. You want to go inside there. And then you want to click on battle items. So then you want to scroll down to Shell Bell and you want to buy it for 20,000. So what this does is every time you attack the other Pokemon, you heal 12.5% of the damage you deal. So we'll just keep restoring health pretty much all raid, except for when we're setting up. So when you get out of the Delibird shop and you've equipped your Shell Bell, you've got your ghost type Tera, I want you to turn right and head straight for the Chansey supply shop. It's black and green, got a Chansey on the front of it. Go inside there. And what we're going to be buying from here is you're going to go down until you get to the light blue mints. And you're going to buy a modest mint, which will up our special attack and decrease our attack. We're not going to be an attacker, we're going to be a special attacker. So I want you to apply that mint onto your Hisuian Zoroark, and it will look something like this. Up in special attack, down in attack. Our EVs are going to go into special attack and HP. And you're going to want to make sure you have max IVs on everything except your attack. You don't need it on your attack. We're not going to use it. It'll just be a waste of money. Now, to get max IVs, what you're going to need to do is come to any Delibird shop, and then we're going to be clicking general goods, and the first item will be a bottle cap. You can trade it in for 1 max IV. So you're going to be needing 5 of these. So to get 5 of these, it's going to cost you 100,000 Pokédollars, so make sure you have that. Now, if you go in your boxes, now, if you're hovering over your Zoroark on the right-hand side, you will see all of its stats. Then you want to click the plus button. It will then change to all of your max IVs. As you can see, I just naturally got the best attack IV. But then I had to hyper train defense, speed, special attack, and HP, which cost me 100,000 Pokédollars. So after you have got your 5 bottle caps, what you want to do is you want to fly over to Montenegro. Once you're here, we're going to be coming over in this direction to the person with the Abomasnow and speaking to him. He will hyper train your Pokemon. And then you would click your Zoroark and it would come up with some stats. As you can see, I have 6 max IVs, so it doesn't come up with those stats. Let me find a different Pokemon so you know what I mean. So as you can see here, you'll be on this screen and you just want to click HP, defense, special attack, special defense, and speed, and then click start training, and you will get your max IVs. As for Hisuian Zoroark's ability, it's not going to be useful in raids. We can just ignore that. As for moves, we're going to be running Bitter Malice, Nasty Plot, Shadow Ball, and Calm Mind. Now, this is a very strong build against physical and special attackers. That's why I've chose to have Nasty Plot and Calm Mind in the same build. So, Bitter Malice is going to be our main attacking move against those physical attackers. And every time you attack with this, it decreases their attack by 1 stage. So they will just start to do less and less damage to you. It's a really strong move. Our second move is going to be Nasty Plot. This will increase our special attack by 2 stages, and this will be used against both physical and special attackers. It's a really good move. It's just going to buff our damage a lot. Shadow Ball will be our main attacking move against special attackers. It's got 5 more power than Bitter Malice, so it is a stronger move in that sense, and it can lower the target's special defense, so that's always nice. The reason we don't use Shadow Ball against physical attackers is because Bitter Malice just has miles better survivability, and against those special attackers we also have Calm Mind. This will boost our special attack and special defense, so we do get a special attack buff by 1, and then our special defense stat will go up by 1 as well. So we're quite prepared for any kind of raid, really. Now, Nasty Plot, Bitter Malice, and Shadow Ball, we can all learn these moves through level up. You don't need to worry about those. However, Calm Mind, we will need an actual TM to learn this. If you don't know where to get TMs, what you want to do is you want to come over to the Pokemon Center, on the right side, the green section, it's called the ATM machine. You're going to want to talk to that. We're going to head over to the Psychic section, and then we're going to scroll down, and it's going to be TM 129, and to get this, we need 3000 LP, 3 Stantler Hair, and 3 Indeedee Fur. These aren't really too hard to get. I'm going to show you where to actually get them right now. So to get Stantler, you're going to want to come to the bottom of the map, and I'm going to put a waypoint right here. I'm going to fly over to the shrine and make my way over. And now I'm just going to climb this cliff, make my way over. So when you get to the top of here, you'll be able to find your reindeer. So you just want to search around in this area till you actually run into your Stantlers. If you do struggle, you've been looking for a while, you can always use an encounter sandwich. So we are right here on the map, as you can see, and oh, he's running off. So there's a Stantler right there. We're just going to take him out, and that's how we're going to get our Stantler here. Now, as for our Indeedee Fur, what we want to do is we want to come to the top right corner of the map, and we're going to be coming over to North Province Area 1. You're not going to need to do much once you get here. One's already spawned. They'll just spawn around the Pokemon Center, really. You don't have to go too far to get one. And once you find one, you just want to take it out, and then you will get your Indeedee Fur. And that's all the moves you're going to need. You can just relearn the others after you get to level 100. And now that you've seen the full build, let's get into some raids. So we found our first raid. We did get lucky. Today was a Psychic type raid for our 6-star, so that's the one we're going to do. It's a Cyclizar Psychic type. Let's begin. So I have no idea if this thing's a physical or special attacker, so we're going to start off with a Bitter Malice. This will lower its attack, and let's see what it uses. It uses Knockoff. Oh, damn. Oh, it's a critical hit. That's why it did loads of damage. Reduce it. And then it removes negative effects from itself. We're just going to use Bitter Malice again. I can't imagine it gets another critical hit with a knockoff. So we reduce its attack again, and we get some health back. We get about 50 health back. Oh, it's also got special attacks. So we're going to have to use Calm Mind as well. Bit of a tricky Pokemon here. So it's used Dragon Pulse again. This won't do nearly as much. And then we're going to use Nasty Plot. This will increase our special attack by 2 stages. Uses Knockoff. I don't think it'll kill. It does kill. This is completely fine. We did get really unlucky with that crit Knockoff. So we're going to use our Nasty Plot again. It's going to use Dragon Pulse. It won't do that much damage, I don't think. And then we're going to use Bitter Malice. Does a little bit of damage. This will reduce its attack as well. And we should go quite high up. Yep, we're on 300 health again. So it's not doing any damage with that Knockoff now. Its shield goes up. It nullifies all the stat changes on our side. We didn't actually have any. Oh, we did have a Nasty Plot, actually. Right, now we're going to use Calm Mind. This will reduce the damage from its actual, what's it called? Its Dragon Pulse. It's using Knockoff, that's fine. It removes negative effects from itself. We was going to use Nasty Plot and then attack, but we're going to Terrestrialize and use Bitter Malice. This raid's a bit all over the place, but there's no doubt in my mind that we'll be able to do it. This Zoroark's a really strong Pokemon, and having only 1 weakness is just amazing. Let's see how much damage we do. We don't do too much damage, but we do reduce its attack, and that's what we was after. And we get health back, about 100, I'm guessing. Okay, it was about 70. It's going to use Knockoff again. It won't do too much. So now we're going to use Nasty Plot to get that attack back up, because it removed all the positive effects on our side. It's going to use Knockoff, that's fine. And now we're going to use Bitter Malice. This is going to do a ton of damage, I would imagine. I think we're on +3. Let's see how much damage it does. So it nearly breaks the shield right on the border, and it lowers the attack, and it should get us back up to a lot of health. back on 200 health. It uses knockoff, it's not going to do any damage, and then we're just going to use Bitter Malice again. So it nearly takes out the Cyclozar and it lowers its attack, and then we go back up to 240 HP. Now the good thing is, when you're against physical attackers, this Zoroark is pretty much unbeatable. Now we're going to use Bitter Malice one last time. Now if we didn't get unlucky at the start when he crit us, there would have been like half the time remaining or something, and it's a bit unfortunate that he was a physical and a special attacker. But he got taken down. It was no problem at all. Let's move on to the second raid. We have found our second raid. It is a 5-star ghost type Frostlass. Let's begin. So we're going to start off with a Calm Mind because I'm guessing it has some sort of special move. It uses Scary Face. It has Frost Breath. It's always a critical hit. And then we're going to use Nasty Plot. Raise that special attacks by 2 stages, which puts us on +3 special attack and +1 special defense. It uses Snowscape, and now we're going to use Shadow Ball after it uses Frost Breath. Let's see how much damage this does. I'm expecting it to do a lot of damage. Yeah, it did do a lot of damage, and that'll put us back on full health. The shield goes up, and then it removes negative effects from itself. Now, it does have Disable, so I wonder if it will disable our Shadow Ball. So it uses Draining Kiss, that's fine. Because of our actual, what do you call it, Calm Mind earlier, we took that very well. Now, Shadow Ball will do a lot of damage, about half damage to its shield, and it will reduce the special defense of the Frostlass. It will use Aurora Veil. This increases its defense and special defense by a lot because it's snowing. Let's see how much damage we're doing now. So it uses Frost Breath on us. I want to see how much Shadow Ball does now. I don't expect it to do nearly as much. We do get the special defense reduce again. It's nearly down. We just need one more shot. I think one of the AI just finished it off. Yeah, they did. And that's the second raid down. Let's move on to the third raid. So we have found our third Pokemon. It's going to be a Psychic type 5-star Garganical. Let's see how it goes. So we have a Staraptor, so that's nice. This thing is a purely physical attacker. So what we're going to do is we're going to start off with Bitter Malice. It has got really good special defense, so I wonder how much damage we're actually going to do here. Next up, we're going to use Nasty Plot. It's doing no damage. Like, that amount of damage was ridiculously low because of that Bitter Malice and Intimidate from the Staraptor. And now we're just going to spam Bitter Malice until we can Terrestrialize. So it's going to decrease the attack every time, and it's doing a decent amount of damage now because of that Nasty Plot. And we get health back every single time, so the actual Sandstorm that's up doesn't really matter that much. It uses Rock Slide on us, so it's just removed all our actual stats from us. So we're going to have to use Nasty Plot again. Its shield does go up, so we're going to use Nasty Plot again. Staraptor did go down from a Rock Slide, so Staraptor comes back and decreases its actual attack again. Oh, the poor guy. He does 15 damage with his attacks now. I think 2 Intimidates and 2 Bitter Malices, so he's on like -4 attack. We're just going to keep going at him though. Because of his good special defense, we're still not doing a ton of damage, so we're going to have to Terrestrialize as soon as we can. And as soon as we do, we're going to get a lot of health back. Now, most of his damage is actually coming from Salt Cure. It's doing damage to us at the end of the turn that's not affected by like the decrease in his attack. So that's doing quite a bit of damage to us. I think it's doing about 40 to 50 every time. But we're going to get a ton of health back here because we're on +2 and we Terrestrialized. Let's see what you got, Zoroark. Let's see how much damage this does. So it does a lot of damage, over half of the shield. I would imagine this would get us back to almost full health. Okay, it gets us back to 255. That's decent. And it lowers his attack again. It steals some of our Terra Charge. And then removes negative effects from himself. So let's see how much damage he's doing with this Salt Cure. So he's not doing too much. Salt Cure is quite a weak move. So we're actually quite lucky that he used Salt Cure there instead of Rock Slide or something like that. And now we can use Bitter Malice again to decrease his attack and get rid of that shield. And then next turn we'll be out to finish him off. He can't kill us with anything right now. We're on 208 health because we just got a load back from Shell Bell, and his shield goes down. Now, as you can see, the Shell Bell is a really good item for this Hisuian Zoroark, keeping us alive while we're decreasing them stats and increasing our own. I was actually really happy with how this build turned out. This Hisuian Zoroark is just amazing. If you can get your hands on one, I would highly recommend just do it. So we're going to use Bitter Malice again and finish the job. If you really wanted, you could use Nasty Plot 3 times after you've Bitter Maliced and just try and one-shot certain Pokemon. That's kind of like a fun, riskier kind of way of playing. If you want, it's up to you. That's the third raid over with. Did we get any Salty Herba Mystica? We did not. Well, that's the Hisuian Zoroark build. I highly recommend going out and getting this. And if you want a really strong build for the Iron Leaves that's out currently, then click on screen right now, but you need to be quick because it does end on the 12th. And I'll catch you on the next one.